If you want to know a quick market update about Corona, California, and a little bit about what rates are doing, then you're going to want to stick around for this one. Hi, this is Denise from Vivid Lifestyle Realty, your go-to source for all things real estate and lifestyle in beautiful Corona, California and the surrounding areas. And today we're just going to give you a little bit of a market update, just so you guys can keep abreast of what's going on in the general area as far as the market is concerned, and a little bit about what rates have been doing in the last couple of days. So let's get right into it. Between the last month or so, between high sixes, very high sixes, and very low sevens, they've been kind of going, you know, back and forth there. It's fluctuated a little bit more, like a little higher in the sevens, but for the most part it's sticking right around there. So a couple days ago it went above 7, and then it yesterday was right about at 7%. Now when you're looking at rates as far as that's concerned for a 30-year fixed, if you do a 15, it can alter those a little bit, a 15-year fixed. If you're doing variables, variable loans or adjustable loans, adjustable rate loans, it obviously can fluctuate for those types of things as well. It also is for all around a higher credit, for like credit that's pretty solid. And then as your credit or debt to income ratio fluctuates, you could be looking at a little bit higher than that. And then if you're on the end where you're trying to repair your credit and, you know, get back up there, they can go even higher from that. So it's really, really good to reach out, talk to a real estate agent, have them connect you with a lender. We have many that are amazing. Or you can also talk to a lender of your choice that you trust, and just kind of figure out if you're looking to buy or sell and buy. You really want to kind of know what range you're in. And with some of the changes that are going to be coming up to the real estate industry, which will affect agents, buyers, sellers, pretty much everybody, we need to make sure that you are ready to go when you're ready to buy. So before you're reaching out to an agent or whatever, it really is a good idea anyway. I mean, you can look and look and look, but if you're actually ready to be pre-approved, I cannot tell you how helpful to yourself, number one, because then you know what you can afford, and there's no, oh, I can afford $600,000, and then you go to your house and you look around at all the $600,000 and you're like, this is great, oh, this is the perfect house, and then you get pre-approved and they say you can afford $500. So it really is, or vice versa, maybe you afford more than that and you're like, oh, you know. So it's really good to know where you stand, and then obviously I always say to prepare. So this is a very big investment. It's one of the biggest purchases you're going to make in your lifetime, and then whether you buy investment properties or whatever, another huge purchase. But you want to make sure that you are as ready as possible, mentally, emotionally, and financially. The most important one, that you've saved up for closing costs or down payments or agent fees or anything else that comes your way. And then you also want to make sure as a seller that you're in a proper place too, if you talk to an agent or your lender that you have a loan from, so you know exactly, you know, do I have a PACE loan, a HERO loan? What happens to that when I want to sell or refinance? It is really good just to make sure that you're solid in every avenue so the transaction goes smoothly, whether you're buying or selling. And agents will help you with that, really good agents. They're gonna, you know, get all that information for you and find out information about taxes in the house and capital gains, and if you have anything that needs to be paid off that maybe you didn't remember or that maybe you didn't understand. So it really is good to just talk to someone who's knowledgeable and really go out there, whether you're buying or selling, strong, knowing that you're confident. And then also we educate a lot. It's an ever-changing industry, whether it's loans or for investors or buyers or sellers or the National Association of Realtors settlement and the lawsuits that have been going on. Paperwork, California has some of the stricter guidelines, some of the most, some of the biggest packet of contracts that you can have, which in hindsight, when you're looking at it, nobody loves to fill those out. So if you get somebody that really educates you and goes through everything so you're very solid, I always say never sign anything unless you are 100% sure about what you're signing, and please ask a lot of questions. Anybody that makes you feel any different than that, don't ever go with them, because you should be able to ask and ask and ask until you are 100% sure, and your agent should be able to tell you all of the things that are happening and coming up so you're well prepared. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But like I said, rates are sticking at a 30-year fix right around 7. We're gonna see tomorrow what that holds, but the retail went down a little bit, so the rates showed that as well. And that's not a huge part, but like every moving part, what employment is doing for the job report, the Treasury, all the different things coming together, the bonds, all of the things that come together to make interest rates kind of give an idea for what interest rates are. So the better the economy is doing, the higher the rate. And the when the economy is kind of tightening, that's when the Fed will start, the Federal Reserve will start lowering rates. And so now, a lot of times in the beginning, even myself, if you looked at all the economists and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and, all of the different things that I research, it was saying that rates were going to drop into the high 5s or in the 5 range or low 6s by the second quarter of 2024. I quickly said, obviously you don't have a crystal ball, you don't know. This is what smart minds are saying. Educated minds. However, as you're watching the Fed every single time they meet, they have not lowered rates at all. They've stood steady. And so because our economy in general, even though we're kind of in a real estate recession, the economy in general is holding strong. But credit card debt and a lot of things like that are going up. So inflation, because it's been so high, people are starting to feel it now. There's no more moratoriums or government money, and it really is, people are having to tighten their belts. So once they tighten things and the spending stops, then we'll see a rate cut. However, the Fed, because inflation is just sticking and rates are sticking, we're not seeing a lot of movement in that area. They are being hardcore stuck because all they care about, and the government wants them to perform, is getting inflation back down to the 2% range. So anyway, with that being said, they said they might, their last meeting, drop rates one time, do a rate cut one time this year, and at the end of the year, and that's a might. So we'll see what happens, and then what's slated to go on for 2025 is slow cuts, slow movement. And so a lot of states like Texas, they banged up there, had so much inventory and so many builders and so much. Austin sold out, a couple of years ago. San Antonio sold out a couple of years ago. But now rents are coming down 10-15%. Housing is going down, and and things are staying on the market much longer, even when you're trying to lease a property. So California's been pretty much sticking right up there. Our prices are staying high in the general area. For Corona, the average price for May was $780,000, and that's give or take pretty steady for the whole area from like Norco, Corona, Lake Elsinore, Menifee, Murrieta, and Temecula are all pretty holding steady right there. But for Corona, about 780,000. Homes have been on the market about 23 days. However, some homes that I've had, some homes that have been selling recently, if they are in really good, clean condition, and they're especially single stories, but really good, clean condition, they're near schools, great schools and parks. We have a lot of highly rated schools and a lot of things to do in the general area, and things that are coming to the general area that are in high demand. Those houses that were priced at, an example, $735 sold for $778 in 4 days. So we're still having demand, we're still having multiple offers, and we're still selling above asking. When your home is priced right to begin with, which pricing, I will tell you, is another huge factor. If you want to push your bar as a seller and say, nope, this is what I'm selling it for, and it doesn't meet the requirements of the market, you will be on the market longer, sometimes 30 to 60 days longer. And when you keep price cutting, people think something's wrong, or why is it not selling when this property over here sold in 25 days. So it's very important to talk to your agent, very important to look at the comparables in the area of sales, pending, and sold. That's for sale, pending, and sold. And then come up with a smart price, because then people will want it. It creates that want, and they will fight for it. So like I said, before you put your house on the market, make sure it's decluttered, and a lot of things like that. Just simple things are working, functioning light switches, ovens, all of that stuff, that it's clean and ready to go. And if you can do any light renovations or curb appeal or things to the backyard, that really adds a lot of value, and it brings people in. And like I said, if it's in good shape, they're still going very quickly for over asking. You see a tightening, but from 2023, days on the market is less. You know, our home prices are steady, so our Corona market is very, very good. Still on the high level. And for people waiting for rates to drop and homes to come down in this general area, you might be waiting a long time. Things are going to even out, but until inflation really hits that 2% range, the Fed's going to either hold. Myself personally, looking at the data, I don't think it's going to raise. They're going to raise rates, but if inflation keeps sticking, I don't know, because their job is not to look at everything. It's just to get the inflation back to where it needs to be, and to balance the rates, and so it looks like they are going to do a one reduction, not price, reduction, one rate reduction this year, but that still didn't sound like, yeah, we're gonna do a rate cut. It was like, oh, depending. And then 2025, they're slating slow, because our inflation is really sticking. Until people stop spending and going out and doing the things, it's gonna hold inflation at a sticky point, and the Fed's gonna be very resistant to lower rates. But it always balances out. Just with the pandemic and a lot of things going way low, way high, and being a roller coaster the last 4 years, it's just going to take a little bit more time for things to balance out, but they always do. And you're pretty much always going to win in California. Maybe not a year or two after it settles, but then it will go back up again, go down, and things even out. So just to kind of give you a good, incentive to what's happening in the general area and what's going on with rates and inflation, I just wanted to kind of give a quick update to let you kind of know what's happening. But if you're looking to come to this area, it is holding strong. So, and you may pay a little bit more. You're just gonna have to say, hey, is that worth being in a area that's growing and flourishing and doing and a lot of really great things are coming. If you want to check out Dos Lagos or the Crossings, we have really, or Bedford Marketplace, we have really good videos on our channel about that, so you can really see the area. They're having some amazing restaurants and shops and activities and entertainment coming to the area that are from, that Vegas has, that LA has, that Orange County has, and they're bringing them to our central location. So if you're looking to move, please reach out. If you need to know anything more about the lawsuits, I'm not one to like create this thing. I tell you like it is, and it is definitely going to change the real estate world. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out. You can email, call, and if you find these videos helpful, please subscribe and hit that bell. It really helps us to provide more videos like this for you, and we just want everybody to be in a winning situation. This market is not the best market for everybody to buy and sell, but if you have to because of life changes, or if you are really just looking for a change, and the bottom line is, can you do it? Do the numbers make sense? Are you going to get what you want to get? Are you going to, for the money that you have, that you want in your pocket if you're a seller, or that you have to spend as a buyer? So it all just depends on what works for you. And I am not like, oh, it's good, buy right now. If it doesn't work for you, then don't buy right now or sell right now. But if it works for you, and the numbers make sense, it is a great time to buy, because like I said, there's not a lot of options out there. More and more sellers will kind of come on the market as the rates drop for them to find a home and have a good rate, but also buyers are in high demand. They want properties. So as properties come on the market, if you're coming right now, and you're ready to go, you have a lot of opportunities for maybe a little decrease in price, for the seller to want to do repairs and fix things up so that everybody wins. And like I said, please reach out if you have any questions. We're here for you just to talk, whether you're ready now or in 5 years. It's good to just get your questions out of the way and know what you need to do to prepare for a big move or a big sale, and just to be educated and ready to go. So I really hope that you found this helpful. If you need anything, we're here from you. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Vivid Lifestyle Realty, and you could also check us out on our other YouTube videos. We do community tours and everything. And then you can check our website out at vividlifestylerealty.com. And then there's property searches you can do. We can set you up on a custom search for exactly what you're looking for. And there's blog posts there. So we hope you find this helpful. We hope you have a wonderful Juneteenth, and we will talk to you and see you on the next one. Bye.